the dollar is not crashing. That's the mistake everyone is making. It's quietly losing control, and history says that's far more dangerous. Because reserve currencies don't fall loudly, they fade while the world adjusts. Most people think currencies weaken when market crash, governments panic, inflation explodes, but that's not how reserve currencies decline. The US dollar weakens when alternatives to it quietly grow, trust slowly shifts, and dependence reduces step by step. No headlines, no drama. Now, what is actually happening to the dollar? Now, dollar is still strong in price terms, but weakening in structural terms. Three signals matter more than exchange rates. Number one, central banks are buying less dollars and more gold, local currencies, bilateral settlement assets. So this is not speculation, it's reserve management behavior. Number two, trade is slowly moving off the dollar. More countries are settling trade in yuan, rupees, dirhams. So local currency swaps. Not because they hate the dollar, but because dollar dependence now carries political risk. Signal 3, sanctions changed the game. When Russian dollar reserves were frozen, a message went out globally. Your reserves are safe until they are not. So that single moment did more damage to dollar trust than any other market crash could ever. So why this is happening now? But see, historically, the dollar had military power behind it, institutional trust, predictability. Today, three things are different. Number one, weaponization of finance. You must have seen sanctions, tariffs, banking bans. All these have turned dollar into strategic weapon. So weapons scare enemies, but they do also scare neutral partners. Number two, US debt and internal politics. The world sees rising US debt, shutdown threats, polarized governments, right? So reserve currencies need stability, not just power. Third, no replacement but many workarounds. There is no single dollar replacement, but there are options. Partial exits, small hedges, quiet diversifications. That's how dominance erodes. And if you see, this has happened before as well. British pound. In early 20th century, the pound didn't collapse overnight. It remained dominant for decades after Britain weakened. What changed? Wars drained credibility, colonies diversified, the US slowly took over, and the dollar today is not collapsing. It is entering that long transition phase. What countries are doing? Strategically, if you see, China reduces dollar exposure, builds parallel payment system, avoids confrontation, prefers insulation. Saudi Arabia sells oil beyond just dollars, hedges between US and China. India settles selective trade in local currency, avoids provoking the dollar system. But quietly, it builds autonomy. So this is not rebellion, it's insurance. Now, what this means for the future, let's be very clear. The dollar is not dying. The dollar is not collapsing too. The dollar is losing monopoly behavior. The system is becoming multipolar. And people have options now. In such phases, gold gains relevance. Neutral countries gain profits. And that process has already started.